All right, guys, welcome to my live stream. Been doing a lot of live streaming recently, quite enjoying it. Today we've got a big live event, so we're just heading on, answering your questions for probably 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes.
Guys, W's in the chat if you can hear Jack, please. We're just testing the audio. Can you hear us both?
You're a bit loud. Let's get you turned down. There we go. Guys.
There's only a few of you in, but can you just put a W? There we go. There's a W. The audio is coming through.
There we go. Better test him. Got a little cat here. Let me see if I can show you the cat. See if we can capture it before it runs. There we go. Look at that. Interesting story about this cat. I got it from off the side of the road. It was a little baby. Come to outside of my villa last year in Dubai. And I kept feeding it a few days at a time. I kept feeding it. It kept coming back. Tiny little thing it was. I didn't like cats at the time. And then I just took it vets. Got it chipped and implanted. Now it's called Peter. It's my cat. It's actually a woman though. Because I thought it was a boy, so I called it Peter. It's actually a woman. So no, it's not the best name, to be honest. But, oh well. Max, let me know if these guys have got any questions.
Yeah, there's people joining. They're starting to come through.
Awesome.
Questions in the chat, guys, and I'll start asking them to Jack.
Charging block.
Oh, Jack, they're on the floor, JD.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, guys, this is free coaching. So anything you want to ask, it can be specific to your business. It can be specific to your life. Just ask it in. Really, there's no question I won't answer. Funny stuff I like doing as well. If you want to ask some crazy questions, I'm totally cool with that. And then most of the value we're going to be giving on our live event, 90-minute live event. I've been building this for 2 weeks. It's insane. It's everything I use to build my business online and social media with no upfront investment, with no cash flow when I started. Built my entire life in Thailand and then moved to Dubai. If you want to learn that system, make sure you click the link below and you sign up for the free live event, which will go live after this live. GetLaidGetPaid.com.
Cool. First question from Tim. So obviously you did this 3 years ago, but if you were doing it now, how would you start making money in Thailand? He said, I'll move in with a 3K budget. Moving to Thailand with a 3K budget, what would you start to do to start making money?
You have to be, Tim, you have to be online. You can't move to Thailand and expect to find a job in Thailand or expect to work in Thailand. The wages they make is like, what's their average wage? $10 a day or something less. Something like that. About $10 a day they make as a high salary. You just can't live on it. You need to be online if you're moving to Thailand. Then you can live the best life. You need to have money coming in either the US currency, pounds, United Arab Emirates, dirhams, and spending it in Thai baht. That is the system of like arbitrage, global arbitrage, of earning money in a high currency, spending it in a weak currency. Then you live a great life for the type of lifestyle you get in Thailand. You need to start personal brand. If you want to do that, get onto the live call tonight. We can give you a lot of advice in building this out.
What's the best piece of advice that you've been told in the last 3 years?
Just keep being you. Keep being you, 100% you. Don't listen. Sometimes just don't listen to other people. Don't worry about what other people think. And if it's authentically you, tell everyone to get fucked and do it.
How should one improve his social skills? They can't hear the music, so they don't know what you're whistling.
Oh, they can hear me whistling, can't you guys? Improving social skills requires practice, requires overcoming your fear of looking like an idiot in front of people and realizing that looking like an idiot in front of people is something everyone else forgets. Only you remember it. So you have to go out and start saying hello to people. You have to go out and start communicating in every walk of life. Most people go out and they use their phone as a crutch. You have to stop doing that. You have to stop. Put your phone in your pocket and don't look at it. Then you'll be forced to communicate and communicate where there's low risk. So cashiers at shops, waitresses, bartenders, baristas. Talk to these people. Have conversations and you'll start to build up your social confidence in talking with somebody. Also read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Very, very good book on social skills.
Cool. Buffet said, I'm 22, making 20K a month with my agency business. What would you suggest as my next steps? I want to start giving value online with my business and fitness advice.
Just say that again for me, Max. I can't hear you.
Buffet is 22, making $20,000 a month currently. What would you suggest his key next steps are, I suppose, to get to the next level? He wants to start giving value online with business and fitness advice.
Absolutely. I think today's call will work really well for you, Raf. Make sure you're on that afterwards, after we've done this. But if you manage to make $20,000 a month, there's a lot of guys on this call right now that have never managed to get anywhere near that. A lot of people in the world never get anywhere near that. So because you see guys that are further ahead of you, you think that you making 20,000 a month with an agency is nothing. So you don't post about it. When there's actually a lot of guys that they really want to learn that skill. The way you start doing this, and I'll outline the exact strategy tonight, but the way you start doing this is by documenting your journey. Who are you? How do we get to know Raf? How did you build this business? What's your story? What are your daily routines? How do you make this kind of money? If you start showing that online, on Instagram, on YouTube, you start giving a lot of value to people for free. And this lines you up to start a whole nother back end of your business to create more profit.
How do you still have free time to live your own life while running a business full time?
That was the thing about my business. And the thing that I do is I made my business my life. This is my life. I enjoy this life. In my head, there's no going to work and coming back from work. My life is my work and my work is my life. Being this person, having this personality, and then having it shown to the internet, it's just like it doesn't cost me any energy. I'm just being me and putting a camera on, and you guys get to see and you get to watch, and hopefully it helps you. But for me, I don't think about it that way. I always wanted to live this way. It's so much better than going and working for someone else. It's so much better than being stuck in the 9 to 5. I have the money I want, the house I want, the car I want, the girls I want. I can travel when I want, and I get to do something. Actually, having idle time is not ideal. If you have too much time in your hands and you have money, it's actually hell. What you want is something you're passionate to do, and that's what I have. Good question, though.
Yeah, good question. Another one. Do you have any tips to look more masculine?
Well, I don't know if I've even managed that myself yet, considering I can grow a very small amount of facial hair. But one of the tips I would give is to box, is to fight. It's going to make you more masculine. It's going to make your face more lean. It's actually going to make it more rugged. You're going to get some scars. Scars are like a man's makeup. They make you look rugged and that you've got a well-lived life. And that's what a man is valued for, is his experience.
What made you this knowledgeable? How do you have an answer for everything?
I'm just a professional. I've professionally mastered the art of shit talking. Which I've been practicing since I was since I was very young. That's just a doorbell, don't worry, guys. But yeah, I've also learned a lot. I read a lot from when I was younger. From 10 years old, I've been reading, so that's helped a lot with having this kind of knowledge. And I would recommend reading for somebody that wants to be a knowledgeable person. You can pick up so much knowledge from books that you can then regurgitate to other people. Mm-hmm. And I've lived a hell of a life so far.
There's a question here. What's better, YouTube or Instagram?
They are run together in a system, and I'll talk about this tonight. They're for different things, and a lot of people confuse them. They either think one's worth something that the other's not. They get them confused. They're two very different platforms that work together in a cycle to build wealth and income. Tonight, I will be showing you exactly how to do that. Go and sign up. It's a free event. Go and listen.
Links in the description.
Links in the description. Or you can check on my story, and that'll add you to the Telegram, and then we'll post the link in the Telegram.
Okay, so
story on Instagram, Dylan, I mean.
He said he's 18 years old, has around 50K saved, and makes 9 to 12K per month profit. Manages a small window cleaning team and does e-com. Should he only focus on one thing to maximize performance, or do both?
Definitely just one thing. Whichever one is bringing you the majority of your money, the majority of your success, figure out what that is and double down on that thing. If you were to ever exit, let's say there's a point where you couldn't scale that business anymore. So you thought you've capped out. Let's say it's the window cleaning. You cap out 20K a month because of lack of customers in the area, and you don't have the budget to go multinational or expand to the rest of the country. If you get to that point, then you would exit your business, ideally sell the window cleaning, and you would go full into ecom. But I don't believe in splitting your time and energy. Go and double down on the one that's bringing you the most money until you're at a point to stack a load of cash and transfer into the next one. That would be my opinion.
Cool. What book do you find yourself rereading the most, and why?
I always come back to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, because it just works. It just works. The systems and processes in Think and Grow Rich genuinely work, and it's good to refocus yourself and reinvigorate yourself on your new goals and remember what you once forgot, and that information remains there. Every time you read a book, you get something new from it. You forget 80% of books, so every time you read it, you get a whole new education. Anyway, I regularly read same books I've read before.
Cool. Dylan said, appreciate it. No worries, Dylan. Girl left me on scene after 3 great dates. What do? I really liked her and it was going well.
Oh, this happens. You really want to get to a point where your pipeline is so full that you don't actually notice who you're ignoring and who you're replying to. So that's why you don't double down and kind of the Romeo Prince Charming mindset around women and dating fucks a lot of guys over, because they instantly devote themselves to one girl in the dating process because they feel like they're being a good guy. Whereas women spin plates in the dating process. They don't feel the need to settle down until much later on, whereas guys catch feelings a lot quicker. So on the 3rd date, you've obviously overinvested. She now no longer sees value in your relationship because you want her too much. That's just female psychology. What you should do is have multiple different girls that you're dating. You don't reply to any of them after dates. When I leave a date with a girl, I just wait for her to message me. If she doesn't message me, I never message her again. I'm on a new date with the next girl the next day anyway. And they all just fit into my life. So my phone's constantly open, and you will find, don't message that girl ever again now. Don't ever speak to her again. 2, 3, 4 weeks time, she'll message you and say, oh, sorry, I forgot about you. Or, hey, I don't know what happened. I must have lost your message. I enjoyed our date. Because you'll be like, why did this guy not follow up with me? Maybe he is valuable. Maybe he does have another girl. And then she'll come back. So hopefully, if you can learn that psychology and the way to do this without being a psychopath, separate women from your life. If you're so focused on your business and your business is winning, if you're so focused on your content is winning, if you're so focused on physique and your friends and actually having a life, women take a backseat anyway. And it's this natural air of nonchalance and not being interested that gets you the women. But you need to build a life that you actually enjoy to live. Again, tonight's live event, I'll be showing you how.
How long did it take you to build an aesthetic physique? Were you ever skinny or fat before?
Back in the day when I was at school, I started off pretty skinny, and then me and Max behind camera, started training at 14 years old. Started getting in the gym, in the school gym. So we've been doing this since we were old enough to do it. And I had an aesthetic physique by 18. I had a 8-pack by 18 years old and a very, very good physique.
But we're 26 years old now, 27 very, very soon. And people still ask, how do you have a physique like that? And my answer has always been, Jack's been training for 13 years coming up, 5 days a week minimum in the gym.
Yeah.
And you don't get me wrong, you like an unhealthy treat now and again, but you've had a pretty good diet and trained 5 days a week for 13 years.
Yeah.
That's
the thing about training with that consistency. The thing is, like, it doesn't really matter if you now have a Coke or a burger or a donut. My body's used to looking like this. It doesn't know how to add fat. It doesn't know how to be fat. It's never been fat. Its easiest state is making muscle and staying lean. Pretty good lifestyle.
You just said the word. I was about to say, it's lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
People look at fitness and think, how do I get an aesthetic physique? Can I get it in 3 months? Can I get it in 6 months? They get what they want and then they go back to the way they were.
Yeah.
Because they look at it as a transformation. The transformation's finished and they go back. They don't change their lifestyle.
Yeah.
They don't look at it as like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. It's more about changing your lifestyle. And that's the best thing about Jack. He's always had the perfect lifestyle to match having a perfect physique.
100%. Guys, you cannot see it, just as Max said, you cannot see it as a phase where you just go through it and then you go back. You have to personally change. You have to mentally change who you are. You have to value different things. You don't take a diet or a break from things. Maybe you do to get in shape the first time, but you mentally have to change and never go back to your old habits. That's the only way. There's no excuse to be fat, and there's no excuse to not have a six-pack and not have a good physique. But it's so fucking easy if you have discipline.
Another good question. When you climb past a new ceiling of growth in your mind, how do you galvanize that self-image so you never fall back to the previous lower image?
It's constant work. You can easily fall back to the previous lower image. Don't think these things don't happen to me. I sometimes have behaviors or actions that do not represent who I currently am, but you just have to be self-aware enough to correct those actions. Normally, it happens via punishment, because when you start acting that way, your life goes bad again. And then you notice, and then you fix it, and you go. So success is never like this. Success is like this. Up, you get confident, bang, you fuck up, boom, you go a bit higher, boom, you learn something new, boom. And it's this gradual increase. And you just have to remember, everybody makes mistakes. As long as I get back on the horse, as long as I realign, I can always, pardon me, I can always recover. I just burped in your ear. I'm really sorry about that. It's this bloody Coke.
Ollie said, Max, how did you get so handsome? Cheers, Ollie. Watch Shax Looks Maxing video on YouTube. When you were in college, what did your daily routine look like? Do they want to know that?
Daily routine in college. Probably an American that's asked that, right? Do they mean university?
I'm assuming they mean university. Yeah. What was your daily? What was your daily life in university for the 6 months that you were there?
You don't even want to know. Yeah, you don't even want to know. Unacceptable. And but my daily routine at school, like my college that I went to, we call it college when we're in like high school. Was just wake up very late, spend the absolute minimum amount of time getting ready, get to school, be bored out of my mind, watch YouTube sitting with Max all day, watching all the YouTubers and thinking, wow, one day let's do YouTube because school's boring as fuck. And then we usually got very told off. And then we got home as quick as possible so we could do what we wanted to do. And that happened until we failed all our grades and then we left school.
Another question from Ski. Where do you see yourself in a year?
A year from now, I can see myself as super disciplined and looking a little different. Like, even for me, I'm not as disciplined as I should be with my sleep, so I look quite tired. I don't prioritize or have not fully cut out all the sugars, so my skin doesn't look as good. My training's not 100% dialed. It can go further. I'll be continuing to box, so hopefully be leaner, more handsome, richer because of business focus, and just more proud of myself. That's where I want to be in a year, is like, look at myself in the mirror and think, wow, that's a different guy to who I saw last year. Because it doesn't change for me. It's every year evolution. Double up on the person you were last year.
Dimitar said, how do you transition from being an employee to starting your own business? Slowly and steadily, or all at once?
So if I think about my transition, it was, I was working in sales, and then I got a second sales job that I could work on the weekends and stack cash. And then I found out about business models from who I was working for. I found out about alarm security business model where you generate leads through Facebook and then you sell alarm systems. So I set up my own lead campaign, financed my own ads on my own, started calling my own leads and trying to sell them to security companies. Got a few deals, but it wasn't really working. Kept looking around, boom, left my job at this point with my savings, kept looking around and found out about personal brand. Started going all in on personal brand with my savings. And I was like, okay, I've probably got about 6 months to start earning money or make this work. Otherwise I'm back to work. And that's how I did it. That was my transition. But it took me probably 4 years of work in sales and fucking around to get to a point where I made that decision. But yeah, learn something, go out and try it, save some cash.
What are the biggest changes that you made that had the most impact on testosterone?
You should go and check out my complete guide to testosterone. It's on the YouTube channel. It did well. This video, it's like 70-something thousand views. It's me in the car just talking everything testosterone. I could give you a few now, but you're better off watching that. It'll give you everything you need, including supplements at the end.
How do you track your daily progress and progressively improve every single day?
Apple Notes is my main tracker, especially for fitness-based stuff. Just clock a run. I have a fitness diary, a fitness log. Clock a run in, tell the amount of minutes, tell the amount of kilometers, put that in, how much I lifted, all this sort of stuff. I just track everything. Obviously, we track metrics in business, we track money made, we track videos made, we track views, we track everything. Put it up on a board, analyze it once every week and then once every month. We'll sit down and have a big review, and that's how we continue to improve.
Mm-hmm. Tracy, I believe, says, good day. I recently went from dead broke to 30k USD per month, sometimes even 40. 21 years old, noticing the switch up now. How do I effectively handle this amount of money, and how can I not let the numbers get to me?
Keep making it, because otherwise it will disappear so quick. Like 50k a month is probably my burn rate at the moment. I spend 50k a month just sustaining my lifestyle, like paying my staff, living in this house, paying all the bills, but like not even that luxury. It probably cost me 50 a month. So the amount of money you're making now seems like a lot, and it is when you're solo. But if you want to build something that's life-changing, if you want to look after multiple people, you want to look after a family, own cars, fly on jets, look after your family and friends, extended family, pay the bill at dinner always, you're going to need a hell of a lot more. So I would just imagine in your head now, what you're making is fuck all. You need to find a way to double it, triple it, and turn it into serious cash. 10 million liquid net worth in a trust in an offshore bank account by the time you're 35 years old. That's the goal. Realign until you hit it.
Yeah. What is your daily routine, and how do you structure your day to maximize productivity?
But my day all runs off of my power list and nothing else. It's like I have 3 non-negotiables on my power list, and I have 3 tasks that need to be done that I set the night before. As long as they're done and the non-negotiables are done, my day can go whenever I want. My day can start, this isn't ideal, but my day can start at 10 a.m. and then finish at midnight, as long as those things are done. That's how I run my life, on results, not on the perfect routine, not on the perfect wake up. It's like, has the high ROI stuff been done? If it has, great, we were successful. I could wake up at 5 a.m, journal till the fucking cows come home, fucking do 5 meditations and an ice bath. But if I haven't done the high ROI task, that's a failure of a day. Remember that.
I think that allows you to live a bit of a freedom lifestyle as well, by only giving yourself 3 tasks to do that have to be done. Let's say you do have plans in the afternoon. You just wake up earlier and make sure those 3 tasks are done no matter what, 7 days a week. Whereas some people don't really look at it like that.
Yeah.
I think some people look at it as, oh, today's work, I'm working from this hour to this hour. And that then takes their freedom away, is what the way I look at it. I like to look at it as in, these are the tasks I need to get done today. If I'm working till midnight, I'm working till midnight. If I want to clock off at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 in the afternoon, then we'll just get up earlier and work harder. And that's what Jack's very good at, sticking to a list.
You have to untrain your brain from the employee mentality you've been trained on your entire life. It wasn't a matter of school. You turned up at school, and if you got all your work done at school, you got to leave whatever time you wanted if it was done. I can guarantee you, me and Max would have done 10 times more work, and we would have had it finished in 2 hours every day if that was the case. But everybody's been taught that you turn up and you get paid for hours. So when you become an entrepreneur, you still think, I have to sit in the chair from 9 till 5. No, you don't even need to sit in the chair. The best thing about being an entrepreneur is you find other people that can sit in the chair. You find other people that do it quicker, faster, smarter, better. You find the quickest way to do the task to the best of your ability so you can live. That is the whole point. But a lot of people need to untrain their brain on this, because their brain is wired to think, I need to sit in the chair from 9 till 9, from 9 till 5. It's all about 40-hour work days, work weeks, 80-hour work weeks. It's not. It's about getting things done. Mm-hmm. That's what's important. Results.
Response to that routine question, someone said, are you going to do a routine video?
I'll just give you my routine. What else do you want to see? Right, a list of 3 things.
Can you do a morning routine video?
I don't have a morning routine.
No.
I wake up, come out of my room, drink a coffee, sit down, start working. Or sometimes I go out on my balcony and have some sun. Or sometimes I shadow box downstairs first thing. It's like, I don't really stick to a set routine.
As long as a non-negotiable task get done. Do you think Thailand is still as high value move as when you first did?
It's definitely still an amazing place to live. It's just been done a lot more by people on social media, so it's not quite as special, but I still think it's quite special. And it's still a fantastic place to live. It just doesn't quite have the pull. I went when no one was going. It was the middle of COVID. No one was traveling at all for years. So I got in at a very nice point where most people felt super trapped where they were. Not many people had been able to travel. And I got in at a real nice point in time. And some things just end up going that way. I guarantee you, if you plan out your life and you take a big risk, the pieces will align if it's the right thing to do.
During the early stages of your self-development, did the Tate brothers have any impact on your growth?
Massive impact. Massive impact. I was watching the Tate brothers before they blew up online. I used to watch Andrew Tate before anybody even knew who he was, when I was part of his niche audience to begin with. And I used to show him to people, and then suddenly everyone knew who he was. what I always loved about Tate was that it was just get the fucking work done. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Nobody is coming to save you. And I try and have parts of that in my brand as well. There's certainly things I don't agree with Tate, and there's things that I focus on. Feel I've gotten fulfillment from that Tate couldn't quite give me with his mentality. But thinking to yourself as a young man, no one's going to save me and work fucking harder is never going to hurt you.
With the current decline of the Western world, where do you see yourself living long term in the next 10 to 15 years?
Yeah, 10 to 15 is a real strong time horizon because fuck knows where things are going to be in 10 to 15, let alone my life. I can see the next 5 in Dubai. That's about as far as I can look ahead. I can't really see any further than that.
Are people saying excited for the event today?
Legends.
How long did it take you to make your first money online?
My first money online was actually made probably 2 months after I started my Instagram. So I started Instagram, started posting stories every day, started posting some reels and a few posts about fitness because I was on a fitness transformation after leaving my job. And then after showing my journey every day and my transformation for probably 2 months, maybe 90 days, and just showing on my stories, I had about 1,000 followers, friends and family. I put out, I want to work with 10 people. I'm going to charge $150 a month. I want to get you in the best shape of your life. And a few people signed up. I can't remember exactly how many. I think I made maybe $500 online. It wasn't a lot of money, but for me, and it was only friends and family, but for me, it showed the first value of like showing up consistently for yourself and changing your own life would allow me to get what I wanted. And then I kind of built from there. I made my first 10K month about 6 months after that when I figured out YouTube and Instagram, how to work them together and how to start low ticket products. And I did it with the Triple Your Testosterone product. My first month did $10,000, and then next month 15, next month 20, and the rest is history. Tiny dancer.
Ahmed said, "How you doing, Jack?"
Who's that?
Ahmed said, "How are you doing, Jack?"
Ahmed, good to see you, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Feeling good. Let me just sort this little mic out. There we go.
Opinions on faceless Instagram accounts to grow an audience.
As you see in this presentation today, a faceless Instagram is not going to give you 90% of the benefits that a real personal brand gives you. I'm sure you can do a lot with faceless. I'm sure there's some good things to do with faceless, but mostly faceless means you're too scared to show your face. You don't have the courage to show your face. And to me, a man should live with courage. He should never be scared to show his face. He should never be scared to be known. What are you running from? What are you hiding from? Own your quirks, own your flaws. You don't need to be behind a screen. I used to think that. You're better off in the spotlight. Not many can handle it. If you can handle it, you'll be successful.
Favorite car you've ever driven?
There's a few different things to think about here. You've got obviously speed and look and status, which would be the Ferrari F8 Spider. Fantastic car. But my most enjoyable car to drive, and I'm looking forward to driving the upgraded version of this, as I've got a Raptor, an F-150 Raptor truck. And these are fucking awesome. Amazing space inside. Pretty quick as well. They're like 440 horsepower. They can handle sand dunes. I can literally take them an hour from here and drive through massive sand dunes like I'm in the movie Dune. Me and Max do this all the time, scare the shit out of each other, don't we? Literally bombing this truck off of freaking sand dunes, like bombing it off of sand mountains. We scare the shit out of each other. We normally have massive arguments and fights because he hates being in the passenger seat and I hate being a passenger when he drives. But it's like the best thing ever. So my favorite car to drive is that, for that experience. You can't take a Ferrari to do that. And it's fun on the road, a Ferrari, but it is not giving that same thrill. And there's one called the Raptor R, which is a 790 horsepower version of the same truck, which we should be testing out soon, which I think would just be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that will be awesome. Do you take creatine and is it worth it?
Yeah, we always do in this house when we remember between 5 and 15 grams a day. We see some benefits, don't we, Max?
Yeah. I don't think it's just benefits on physical and stuff. Creatine's got a lot of benefits on
cognition, mental performance.
Mental performance, yeah, as well. But yeah, we've always been on creatine.
She surrendered.
What was your I made it moment? Have you had one yet?
Yeah, I definitely had one. And it wasn't an I made it, really. You didn't. For me, I don't really have that. But I had one where I was like, fuck, I'm happy. I'm doing this. And that was one day I was in bed with a Thai girl that I was seeing at the time in Koh Samui. And I had my $99 product that was going out and selling. And I used to try and sell 3 of those a day for YouTube videos because that made me my 10 grand a month. And I put a link to buy 4 phone calls with me for $2,000 for anyone that just wanted to get in touch and speak to me about what I was doing on YouTube and my life. And I remember waking up one morning and I just started making money online, and I'd sold from underneath a video link in my description. I'd made $2,000 overnight for phone calls with me. And I jumped up and down on my bed. And that $2,000, I've done days where I've made $60,000 in a day. That first $2,000 was the best feeling I'd ever experienced in my life. It'd never been beaten, because it was like, holy fuck, I might just make it out. I might just make this work. I might just get fucking rich from this. And I didn't know it before. I was scared. And that was a crazy feeling.
Someone said, I don't know what business to get into. How do I find what I want to do?
Don't know what business they want to get into.
Yeah, don't know what business. He wants to get into business, doesn't know what. How do you find what to go into?
And keep your eyes and your ears open, and at the same time know where you want to get to lifestyle based. So I designed lifestyle first. I didn't design business first. I said, how do I want to live? Okay, what allows that lifestyle? Write down what you would do if you had all the money in the world and you still had to work. If you had 100 million, what would you still do every day? Well, where would you train? Where would you live? Who would your friends be? What would you do for 4 hours work a day if you had to work? Write those things down. Whatever that is, that's where you should go. That's what you should do. Simple.
Michael said the quality and knowledge in these streams are insane.
Oh, thank you, Michael. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're doing very well. And I wish you all the success in the world with your life. Just trying to pay it back. I was on calls like this, and I was on coachings and all that sort of stuff when I was trying to make it. And it absolutely can happen to you too. I was just that kid. I just kept turning up, just trying to learn, trying new things.
And in line with that, did you ever doubt yourself along that journey?
Many times, many times. I think it would be weird not to have self-doubt along that journey. But it's that's what courage is. That's what makes you a man, is can you battle your own self-doubt and fear and still put in the actions, even though you know it might not work. And if you can do that, you will be rewarded.
Adolf said, everybody assumes I'm a player, but I don't talk to any girls. What should I do? Become a player.
Me too, buddy. Me too. Just play it. Players play. And? Players play and Max?
Players play, winners win.
Players play, winners win.
Players play, winners win. Did those, funny enough, someone just asked, did those tats hurt?
No, Max saw me get them, didn't you?
Yeah.
You've probably never seen someone get tattoos like me, right?
No, I haven't. To be fair, it's quite impressive because I was the complete opposite to Jack in the other corner of the room.
I just vibed out the entire time listening to music and just chilling, just having a jolly old time. I just didn't give a shit. Did have a few beers though.
Someone said I'm getting 1 million views a month on Instagram Reels for self-improvement. But he's only got about 8 people in his school community. How did you increase conversions from IG?
Very, very common problem. You have some major issues in the way your content is building your status. That is what today's Instagram is about. So make sure you're on the live call. For you, it will instantly change everything. Like make you a serious amount of money. I've taught this system to people before, one-to-one coaching. They've gone from having millions of views, $500 a month, to instantly making 10K a month after implementing this stuff. There's some very important things about status psychology you need to know that are the reason why people still don't trust and buy from you. That once you know them, you've already got the hardest thing is getting the views. Once you've got the views, turning them to money is much, much easier.
Absolutely. A couple more questions. Cal said he's just quit his low-paying job because his business is earning more. Is 5K per month enough to move to Thailand? $5K per month?
Absolutely, yeah.
To Thailand, yeah.
Yeah. 5K a month is absolutely fine. Yeah. As soon as you can get it to 10, 20, you'll really live like a king in Thailand. But 5K will get you there. 5K, you can do what you want. You have a good time.
Someone said, I'm nowhere near in a position to join the 10K accelerator. I need to switch up my life somehow. Any tips on creating funds to join in the future?
We don't sell the 10K accelerator anymore. It's part of the Icon blueprint. So what I would do is for most people, if you have absolutely no money, there's no point in kind of watching people's stuff and trying to figure out business models. For me, the only reason I could take a jump and learn a business model was because I already had funds. So the first thing I ever did was learn sales. How did I learn sales? I went and got a sales job. I went and worked shit sales jobs. My first sales job was selling boat tours in the street in Cambridge. I just chanced it. I looked it up online. I went there, did an interview, got it. I sold boat tours in the street. Then I sold windows and doors. Then I sold insulation over the phone. Then I sold phone systems. I just did sales over and over again. And then I stacked my cash and saved it. And then I invested in learning new skills. And then I went all in for myself. So sometimes you have to take a little step back. There's no harm in working a 9 to 5, working some sales jobs to get into a place where you can invest in your own education and take a leap of faith for yourself. Don't worry about that. Sometimes you should take a little back step. Oh, you're a rich, rich bitch, girl.
Let's just have a look at these questions.
Hall and Oates, rich girl. Listen to it. One of your favorites, isn't it, Max? One of my favorites too.
How do you become the guy that everybody knows and wants to be around?
It's you don't need to be that guy. There's no benefit to being that guy. Forget about being that guy. Never want to be that guy. You'll become that guy and you won't care about it anyway. There's no point in being that guy. Honestly, it brings no fulfillment. If your fulfillment is focused on what other people think of you and whether they want you to be places and you get invited to things and people give you free stuff or they like and admire you, you have very shallow self-worth. Do things that make you proud of you. Focus on building you. And if you fall in love with that process, you don't need a soul. You can be alone for years. You'll never be lonely because it's just you. There's two versions of yourself and they're building something. And you don't feel alone when you're in that place. But most people never find that. And they're very uncomfortable alone.
Well, let's just go for 2 more questions because we're slightly running over. What are the main skills that one should improve on?
1 second, Max. Just say that again. I don't know if it's my headphones or the mic.
What are the main skills that one should improve on?
How to talk to people and get your point across. So persuasion, fitness and health, being an imposing physical figure that can fight and protect himself are the most important things. If you learn those, sales and persuasion, and you become an imposing, good-looking, handsome figure, you can make as much money as you want. They're the 3 key skills in life. But for someone that's not really that kind of person, you would learn technical back-end skills, learn ads, learn to build online stores, learn to build online programs, learn all the back-end stuff that runs this world, learn AI, that kind of shit. Give me one more good one. And then we'll go out. And guys, just make sure you get onto the live call now. I think it cuts off a certain amount of viewers, so I want you guys to get a seat. Make sure you click the link underneath or click the link to join that will be in the Telegram soon. You can find the Telegram in my stories. Click that. We'll post the link in there. Make sure you get on there and start waiting. We are going live in probably about 35 minutes. We'll be on there warming up before. So yeah, just make sure you get a seat on there because I think our software has a limit.
One more question that relates to that a little bit is, I'm a professional Muay Thai fighter in Thailand. I've been living it for the last 9 months and my money is running low. I've got 2.3 million views a month on Instagram. Any ideas on course ideas to sell?
Say that again.
Currently getting 2.3 million views a month on Instagram.
Yep.
Running out of money, living in Thailand as a professional Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah.
Any ideas on course ideas to sell, or how would you make money in that position in Thailand? I'm assuming through Instagram and YouTube and social media.
Yeah, there's a few things you could do. One would be like when we sold Move to Thailand guides, they used to sell like hotcakes. They went absolutely crazy, parabolic, like everybody wanted them. And that's one thing you do. Move to Thailand to do a Muay Thai camp guide, $99, bang. People watch your stuff and they're like, fuck, I want to fight like this guy. He's cool. I want to move there. They buy it. Bang, you sell 3 a day. It's 10K a month. Done. Make sure you're producing content consistently and firing through to a ManyChat that sends a lead that sends them to the funnel in Instagram. If you want to learn how to do that, make sure on the live call tonight. And
someone said it's a live on Telegram.
The live isn't on Telegram, but the link to the live will be on Telegram. Yeah. But so get in the Telegram that is in, that's on my Instagram stories. Make sure you're in that and you can join the live from that. Yeah. Also, he should look at sponsorships if he's a pro fighter. That's how fighters make money. Is that get somebody to put a media pack together. This is where you put together all your views across platforms and who your target demographics are. Then you hire a virtual PA for very cheap, $5 an hour. They target every potential sponsor in the world and send them your media pack by email as well as your fee. Then you will get replies by people that want to sponsor you. There's a lot of people with sponsorship budgets that you don't know about and you didn't have access to. So you can make a lot of money doing that.
Cool.
Guys, it's been awesome. See you guys soon. I've got, about another 35 minutes until I'll be on. Just go and join that. Put it in the background on a browser. Make sure you get a space if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys, and I'll see you very soon.